Following her injudicious comments on the pride flag and the likely scenario that Suella Braverman will defect to reform, the recent Tory electoral defeat has sparked an internal debate about the future leadership and direction of the party, with Kemi Badenoch being touted as the potential leader who is likely to address the party's core issues, reclaim its electoral strength and cement its lurch to the right. Alex Stafford, a former MP, has endorsed Badenoch in the Sunday Telegraph today, and according to Stafford, Badenoch embodies true Conservative values and has the strategic acumen to combat both internal and external political challenges, including the threat posed by Reform UK. But the problem with Kemi Badenoch is she doesn't take correction. And I remember particularly watching her on Parliament TV and watching her being quite stubborn and surly when rebuked by the Speaker, Lindsay Hoyle. If she becomes leader of the opposition, there's going to be more of that. And it doesn't augur well, does it, really? Badenoch, currently the Shadow Housing Secretary, is seen as a candidate who could restore the party's ideological purity. But is purity really what any party wants? Can she really appeal to disenchanted voters? She couldn't appeal to me. The only people who could appeal to me would be people who would lead the Conservative Party closer to the centre. And a poll from Conservative Home indicates at the moment that she is the preferred candidate among party members, leading the race with 26% support. It's not quite that much, is it, really? Her experience and principles are highlighted as essential qualities for navigating the party through its current crisis and ensuring a cohesive, effective opposition to the Labour government. I think providing Tom Tugendhat can be persuaded to stand, there is a possible alternative. She emphasises she's got that she's got name recognition, which I suppose is one of the major features about being the leader of a political party today, that she can be identified. But and also she has the advantage of being a scientist. And that shouldn't be underestimated. There are far too few scientists in Parliament altogether. And yet Parliament is often there to put forward legislation that is going to impede or encourage science without knowing really what they're talking about. Rather like there's not enough mathematicians in Parliament. We should treasure those mathematicians, those scientists that we've actually got, because they know what they're talking about. There's plenty of people like me with a background in ridiculous subjects like religious studies, like theology or philosophy. There's a lot of people with a background in PPE, politics, philosophy and economics. Useless. But real academic hard work like mathematics or a solid science. Kemi Badenoch's degree, I think, is in engineering, so maybe not as solid. It's a little bit more applied, but solid and abstract, critical, logical thought is something of a rarity in parliamentary circles. Many people know how to do rhetoric, but they don't know actually how to marshal their thoughts, and that's the problem. Yes, rhetoric is going to persuade people, but actually, we need clear thought, and that is in short supply. So I ought to be supporting Badenoch simply on the principle that she has a science background, and it certainly encourages me more. Of course, in a way, the question is moot because I'm not a member of the Conservative Party, so it's but I look on and I wish well for the opposition, because with a good opposition, the government is stronger. By the way, I'm not a supporter of the Labour Party either. So I think I'm in a position to be a little bit dispassionate about both sides of the current House. And Stafford believes a thorough and deliberate leadership selection process involving the party membership to ensure the chosen leader can unite and rejuvenate the Conservative base is essential. He argues that the right leader with a clear Conservative vision and the ability to address key issues such as immigration, law and order, taxation is crucial for the party's recovery, future success, and rebuilding to provide some sort of initiatives in 5 years' time, which might be laid before an electorate.